Hey everybody, it's Chill here, and I decided that I wanted to take my channel a little bit further and branch out to doing tutorials and things like that. So I'm gonna start with a transition that I really like. I think it's quite cool. It's a combination of a few different effects put together, but I think they really work well together. And I'll RAM preview this so you guys can have a little look, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. So if my thing wants to RAM preview, that would be helpful. So that's the transition there. So if you guys want to know how to do it, just stay and watch. Okay. So obviously the first thing we want to do is we want to have two clips. So we put both our clips in there, and you want to get them lined up ready for a transition. Now, I did put Twixtor on the clips at the start, but I'm not going to bother with this since this is just a tutorial. Alright, so the first effect that we want to search up is CC Light White, and you want to be dragging that onto your first clip. Click on Reverse Transition, change the shape to doors, change the intensity down to about 15%. And change the direction to -45. I think that looks really good when you do that. You'll see that in a minute. The next effect is Find Edges. So you want to put Find Edges on your second clip, invert it and have it blend with original up to 100%. And the next one is 4-color gradient. Drag that onto your second clip as well. Change the blending mode of this to overlay, and change the opacity down to 0%. What is next? Oh yes, we'll create an adjustment layer, and we'll go and put on a Gaussian blur. If I can spell that. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can. Alright, so we put on Gaussian blur. Don't need to do anything with that right now. And the last thing we need is slider control, and you want to put that on your second clip. And what you want to do is you want to click on your second clip and then hit P on your keyboard, and then hold Alt and click on this little stopwatch next to position. So it's going to do this to your screen, and then you want to just start typing. You want to type in wiggle, W-I-G-G-L-E, for all of you guys that don't know how to spell. Open bracket, and then we're going to pick 20, but you can pick any number you want. This is going to determine how much your screen is going to shake one way. So you go 20, and then comma, and then you grab this little thing here, it's called a pick whip, and you attach it to the slider. And then you want to do a closed bracket. So now that we've got that down, that is all of our effects pretty much put on there. We just got to sort out the keyframing of them now. So we go to our first clip, and we're going to click on completion. We're going to drag it across so it's about half a second or so, and we'll take the completion right up to 100. I actually want to put Twixtor on this clip because I don't want them scoped in when the transition is happening. I really don't like that, so we'll have it about there. And you got to make sure if you put Twixtor on something that Twixtor is at the top, otherwise the other effects won't show through. So we'll just quickly keyframe this down, put our speed to 2. Alright, that's good. So we go back here to the start and just drag that down a bit. So it comes in and it's Twixtored like that. So that's what we got so far. You want to go to you want to click on your first clip, and push U on your keyboard, and this is going to bring up your keyframes. You want to make sure that you're over over your first keyframe, and you want to go and keyframe the opacity of your 4-color gradient, and also the blend with original on your Find Edges. You want to come, I would say, just over halfway between the two keyframes. And then you want to turn the opacity of the 4-color gradient right up, and the blend with original of Find Edges right down. You then want to go across right to the end, just after the transition. I like to leave it for a little bit afterwards. And you want to put the find edges blend with original back up to 100%, and the 4-color gradient opacity back down to 0. So now you're starting to get this sort of effect. It comes on. That's really bad quality right now. I know that, but when we RAM preview it at the end, it looks a lot different. So now that we got that coming in, we also want to add in our blur. So I think I added the blur there, and the blur is going to, you want to again line up with your first keyframe, the blurriness, come into the keyframe that you set for the find edges and for the 4-color gradient opacity, and you want to turn the blur up. I'm going to go to about 5. You then want to go to this last keyframe that you set for the find edges and the 4-color gradient and turn it back down to 0. So now we've got all that done. There's just one thing really left, and that is to keyframe the wiggle. Now when these two parts here, when they crash together, I want them to be some sort of like wiggle, you know, a little bit of a hit going on, so that you can tell that they've like hit each other, because that's what I like. So we're going to keyframe slider control at 0, 1 frame before these two actually hit, and when they hit, we want to turn it up to about 20. We'll go forward a little bit. We'll actually line it up with these keyframes as well and turn that back down to 0. So we've got all that done. Now what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to quickly go and chuck in a gunshot sound of the intervention, and you want to put it in. You want to right click on it and go time reverse layer, and now we come to right where it hits, which is there, and we're just going to line this up. So we'll go like that. There we are. So that's all lined up now. And what we'll do is we'll give this a quick RAM preview. We'll see if this is looking good. I suspect that it is. So we'll go to about there. And we will RAM preview it till about there. So we'll quickly put this on full so that we can see what it looks like, because the find edges looks a lot different in quarter resolution than it does in full resolution. So it comes in, goes like that, it looks all good. Boom, it hits, there's a little bit of a shake. Oh, I remember what I forgot now. But we'll just have a look at that. Okay, so I forgot to mute these layers for a start off. And also, I didn't add in... Okay, so right there is I usually add in a size change to 120. So that's done again just by simple keyframing. So it comes in, and by the time it hits there, you want this to be back down to 100. This one, however, you want to, again, you push S on your keyboard and it'll bring up the scale. Keyframe the scale, go 1 frame forward, and keyframe it up to 120. Go a few frames. Oh, actually, we'll get this perfectly lined up. You know, why not? So you want to line it up with these other keyframes that you've been setting right here, and take the size back down to 100. So now that that is all done, that should be good. We'll do a quick RAM preview so you guys can see how it looks. So it goes like that. This transition comes over it. It's slowly decreasing in size. We've got the find edges, the 4-color gradient, and then we get the little wiggle. there. Sorry about that, guys. My mum just walked in, so I just stopped recording. We'll just RAM preview this quickly, and that is the effect that we get. So that looks quite nice. Then yeah, I guess that's the end of my first tutorial. Thank you guys. Leave down in the comments what you thought about it. Anything that I can do better, definitely let me know. If you guys have any tutorial suggestions or anything like that, just PM me, send me a message through YouTube, and I'll be sure to make it for you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.